Hello world and welcome. Today we'll have a look at this DC to DC converter, which is rated for 1800 watts. We'll test it from the IT perspective. Why I'm interested in this? Because I had issues with my other power supplies, like take an example of this Unify switch, which is my main Unify switch, which has a 48 volt input. This can take in from 10 volts and take it up to 95 volts. So the same if you have your mini PC and the power supply goes down and it's 19 or 19.5 or 20 volts, you can power it from this. I haven't tested it. I have used it for a couple of times with some low watts, 50 to 100. So I want to see what are the limitations of it and yeah, at what point it thermal throttles and at what watts it will be safe. So I'm gonna test it only on 12 volts. Why? Because we have like all of us have like 12 volt, 3 amp or 5 amp, or even beefier. This is a 50 amp 12 volt power supply. So in that kind of case, we can just power up our gear with this together, and yeah, it's gonna be up again. First thing that we're gonna do is hook up the power supply on. We're gonna first do it with a laboratory power supply, so we can test what we can change on it and what do they do and how it behaves. So let's go. As I said before, this is 1800 watt DC to DC converter. Why did I choose the highest in this series? Because we are powering it only from 12 volts, the 60 amp limit will be our limitation. So let's take a look. If we have 12 volt input, 60 amp maximum, so it means with 100% efficiency, the maximum would be 720 watts, which is much less than the rated. It never will be 100% efficiency, so we will not gonna have the 720 watt maximum. We will test it. So here we have 3 things that we can change. This one is the minimum voltage, so when it cuts off. Here we have the maximum current amps that are pulled from it, not from the source, not from the input, but on the output side. I will show you that. And here we have voltage regulator on the output. So if we power it on with 12 volts, put this on, so our output is 20 volts, 1 amp we're pulling. So if we ramp up the amps, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, then it drops to the source voltage. It doesn't cut it off, it just limits it to the input. So why I said this is on the output. So on the input now we have 1.8 amps. If we change our voltage, so here now we're pulling 20 watts. So if we ramp up this to, I don't know, 40, now we're pulling 40 watts, and now on the input side we're pulling 3.6 amps. So it's limited on the output side, not on the input. For the cutoff voltage, it's the same idea. So if we go lower, so it's 22 volts, okay, whatever. If we go 11.8, 11.6, and it cut it off. So the input, so it drops to the input voltage. It doesn't cut it off. That's what I was expecting, to cut the output completely, but it doesn't. So yeah, it's not perfect, but in the voltage, when the voltage goes up, now its outputs the 22 volt that it was. So I hooked up my server power supply, which is 2000 watts, with a breakout board, which I tested. If you haven't seen it, you can check it above. So let's zero out our amp meter and set it to 30 amp on the input side. So the idle power consumption on 12 volts is 0.04 amps, which is very low, which is cool. So let's set it to 30 amps. Cool. And we're pulling on idle 19.1 volts, and now it's 18.80, yeah, 18.80. So we'll see how it performs, and if the amps will go lower, and what's going to happen with the output voltage. So we're half an hour in. Our maximum temperature at the, I think this is for measuring the current, the maximum was 83. Our amps dropped, but overall on our voltage we are almost 94% efficient, which is brilliant. But I don't like the temperature at this point. Like, we're pushing only half of the rating of the 60 amp input, and it's 83 degrees. If we check how our MOSFET feels, it is at 74 here. And 70 here. So it doesn't look good that we can push some more. I think with the current setup I will try to up the voltage to, so we tested 19. I think next would be, so 19 to 20, so it's in that range. Then we're gonna need to test 24 volts, 36 and 48. Those are the most popular voltages, and then we will push some more amps through it and see what happens. Now from the tests for the 19, 24, 36 and 48 volts, the temperature was mostly the same, 82 or 83 degrees. efficiency not bad, but the temperature, that's what I don't like, and it's only was pushing for the 30 amp on the input side. So 60, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like maybe we could push 35 amps, but I changed the thermal camera so we see the MOSFETs, which are, one is here, one is in the middle, and one is there. So one is there and another one is there, so we can see it from the side. I put a tape so it doesn't reflect, so we see the temperature of the heatsink. And I put on the output voltage 19, so that's what I'm most interested in. So let's go for 35 and see what happens. We're half an hour in. Our temperatures at the fuse is 90 degrees Celsius. It shouldn't go more than 85 from what I've searched. The coil is at 90 degrees Celsius. The other side, the coil is at 85. So the coil is the hottest one. Then the fuses, and on 86 the shunt. Let's go for a quick conclusion. So the efficiency is 84.5%, and we increased by 5 amps. And we lost like a large amount of efficiency, like almost like what, 9%. We gained only 30 watts. I like my temperatures to be below 80 degrees Celsius, so I should say from 12 volt input the maximum should be like 300 watts. That's like 25 something amps, 25, 26, and the efficiency at that point is very good. So the cooling is fine. It's normal. So the heatsink was at 50 degrees Celsius, but everything else, yeah, like heats up. So I have no idea like how to make it better. So yeah, don't push it more than 300, or max I would say 350 watts, but this only test is for 30 minutes, so don't go more than 300 watts, or yeah. So I have no idea why it's heating up to 90 degrees on the fuses when we're which are combinedly rated for 60 amps, but we're pulling only 35. And yeah, maybe some of my research is bad, that it shouldn't go past 85. So yeah, it's good thing like when you need it. For continuous use, yeah, be careful, don't push it too much. So that's about it. Bye.